the rapid evolution of AI is preventing regulation from keeping up because we're stuck in this is how we've always regulated. Um,
Mhm.
the control families that are out there, as you mentioned, were written when we still had, you know, physical hardware that was in everybody's closet.
Mhm.
There's been a few controls that have been reworded, some that are added and removed. It's been manipulated to fit, but we're still relying on, you know, the core 1980s, 1990s baseline
Right.
here.
Right.
Uh, what what I think I was trying to maybe hint at earlier is that those types of controls are best suited for very predictable, finite systems. And AI doesn't fit that model. So we need
Quite
to
the opposite.
have rapid, flexible controls. Maybe, maybe it's more along the line of almost like secondary controls or uh, the complementary controls that sit around AI rather than controlling it itself. So, almost in the sense of, well, you've got your perimeter with your firewalls, and let's lock those down in the traditional way. But everything inside of that, we're not gonna we're not gonna manage the way that we used to.
Mhm.
So I don't have an answer. Right?
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
and it's hard because, in the, lock down the perimeter and kind of give free rein internally, our networks didn't used to be able to make decisions. And our networks didn't used to be able to take unexpected behaviors. You configure a network a certain way and it's going to behave that way until you reconfigure it or something breaks. An AI model is going to change behavior and it's going to adapt to its environment. I mean, we've seen, escalation of privileges that was not intended with agentic AI, with, where it learns, oh, hey, I'm constrained here. I'm just going to figure out a way to go around it.
right. So
And
yeah,
yeah, no, go ahead.
you're gonna say like it adapted to its environment, but it's also adapting its environment. So the environment
Exactly.
which within its operating environment is also
Mhm,
now fluid. So
mhm,
you basically have maybe the only potential stable piece of this is your layer zero, right? The
mhm,
electrons.
mhm.
Everything above that could be in flux on your ISO model. But yeah, so that's the challenge, right? How do you set a standard for a system that's not going to be stable? I
Yeah.
don't have the answer because the other
Well, and
thing that
I don't think anybody does yet. I think that's the crux of the issue is that we've never tried to control or regulate or secure anything even remotely like this. No one has. Um, it feels very much like a genie out of the bottle kind of thing where it's like it's granted us a couple of wishes, but what's going to happen when when it runs out of the portion that we control and makes decisions that we aren't prepared for, or makes changes that we aren't prepared for?